This week on 49ers Cal High Sports Report presented by U.S. Bank. Big games from all around the Bay Area. We'll see St. Francis battle De La Salle. Menlo Atherton meets Serra, and Freedom takes on California.
Our season with Valley Christian football continues as the Warriors face Pleasant Valley, and we have two of the best volleyball teams with Campolindo facing Bishop O'Dowd, and we'll introduce to you a top recruit who plays for Cal School for the Deaf. It's all next on 49ers Cal High Sports Report.
Welcome to 49ers Cal High Sports Report presented by U.S. Bank. I'm Robert Braunstein.
And I'm Aubrey Tolliver. We begin tonight in Richmond, where the Kennedy Eagles are off to a flying start with a 2-0 record. Senior Michael Richardson doing a great job on both sides of the ball.
That's right, and the Eagles looking to stay unbeaten against a Terre team coming off a tight opening night loss. Kennedy hosting Terre Friday night.
North Bay sports coverage is brought to you by South County Chrysler of Marin. The Kennedy Eagles hosting the Terre Trojans, and Kennedy wasting no time. Cameron Young buying some time, finds 4-star tight end recruit Jermaine Terry II, and Terry, he is a grown man. Good luck trying to tackle him, and there's a reason why the whole country is after him. 7-0 Eagles. Terre answers quickly though. Brandon Ware finds an open Marley Elwood for 6, and we have ourselves a ball game. So we've seen Cameron Young do it with his arm. Let's see him do it with his legs. Design quarterback keeper, and this is just how they drew it up. Streaking down the line, gets a little shield block from Michael Richardson, and the Eagles take the lead. Off the play action comes Brandon Ware finding Julian Evans, Darafield, and he's nice and comfy on the turf. 14-14, 4th and 14 now for the Eagles. Cameron Young rolling to his right. He's going to pick up the first with his legs, and he's going to keep going. Stiff arm and tacklers, and he is going to shimmy on in the end zone. 57 yards to the promised land. It's 27-14 at the break. Second half, things only getting better for the Eagles. Young finds Kenny Roberts in the end zone, and the points just keep on coming. Young hands off to Elijah Cannon, and he has a wide open lane to the end zone. No one is going to touch him. 40-14 in the fourth. Eagles also getting it done on defense. Young picks off the pass, and he's got a pack of Eagles leading his way to the end zone. Young with 5 total touchdowns, 5 different players scoring for the Eagles. Kennedy improves to 3-0.
At Los Gatos High School, where the Leland Chargers were visiting the Los Gatos Wildcats. First quarter action, quarterback Yost Gervin for the Wildcats steps back and hits Gian Lagaman for a 15-yard score. Cats up 7-6. The next drive, Gervin rolls right and waits for his receiver Dylan Whitfield to get open, and he drops it in the bucket perfectly for a 25-yard score. 14-6 Cats. Later in the first, Jaden Mazzaferro takes the handoff, busting through the line and into the end zone. Another Los Gatos score. Leland gets a big defensive stop here. It's Andrew Thorne wrapping up the quarterback for the sack. Lake's second quarter now, and Gervin's going to call his own number, taking it around the right side, stiff-arming a defender down the sideline and tiptoeing his way in for the score. 28 yards for the quarterback. Second half now is Los Gatos. Again, it's the quarterback firing it down the sideline. Dylan Whitfield, 25 yards and the score. Whitfield with 2 touchdowns in the game, 34-14 Cats. Third quarter, running back Carson Gardner weaves his way in. 41 yards for the touchdown. A terrific run by Gardner, 49-14 Cats. Leland looking to come back. It's Carson Yates finding his brother Corbin Yates in the back of the end zone, a 13-yard TD. Cats have the ball now again, and running back Kyle Pinkham takes a handoff and dashes through defenders for the game-clinching 65-yard touchdown run. Los Gatos goes on to win it 56-21, improving to 2-0 on the season. Big games for Gervin and Whitfield.
It's always fun to watch these two teams play. Campolindo and Bishop O'Dowd. Audrey Pack setting it up for Sophia Newman. Newman delivers with the kill, and these two teams were trading blows in the first. Augustina Santa Cruz setting it up for Michelle Owabede. She buries it in the corner, and the Dragons take the first set 27-25 in the second set. Kaylani Allen protecting the net, and she does it well. Dumps it right over, and the Dragons are fired up. Campo, though, owning the second. Olivia Knutson bumping this up to Audrey Pack. Molly Mitchell charging the net and gets credit for the kill. We're knotted up. It is set apiece. Santa Cruz piling up the assist, sets it up for Annabella Perrotta, and Perrotta delivers. Dragons run away with the third set. Campo trying to stay alive in the fourth. Molly Mitchell pulling out the shovel with the incredible dig. Pack with the set. Morgan Coolbaugh says thank you very much. And the Dragons, though, just too much. Santa Cruz with the dump to the center of the court, and the Dragons are fired up, and for good reason, taking down Campo in 4 sets. Oabede, 23 kills for the Dragons. Santa Cruz, 19 assists in the victory.
Monte Vista hosting St. Ignatius boys water polo. Great Mustang passing here. Mark Lorland to Nick Schoenig over to CJ Indart, who floats it home. This is a very talented team. The pass ahead to Lorland, a national team member. He hits fellow national team member Indart, and CJ 1 times at home. Those two teammates for many years. Nice ball movement again for the Mustangs. Indart to Ryan Strauss to Schoenig in the hole to Leo Ludeman. 4-0 Mustangs. Jamie Steingraff doing a great job with his outlet passes. This one to Ryder Hagen, who is mugged but still fires a shot so hard it breaks through the net. Very impressive. More Stangs now. Colin Pulo to Indart, who rises way up for the one-timer, and the Mustangs have a big lead. SI does break through. In front of the net is Billy Berry in heavy traffic, and Billy smashes it home. But the Mustangs cruise up ahead to Nick Schoenig, who goes double pump fake before finally hitting the backhander. That was tricky, Nick. Great effort here by Jackson Stemmons, who gets crushed from behind. His first shot is blocked, but Stemmons stays with it and fires it home. One more for the Mustangs as Lorland has it right in front of the net and leans and fires, and Monte Vista wins it 20-5. 11 different Mustangs with at least 1 goal in this one.
Each week, we present the Players of the Week in a rap produced by the Hip Hop Department at the Rikus Center.
It's a brand new rap every week. Here they are, the Players of the Week.
Rikus Center, Cal High Sports. You know, these are your Players of the Week. The Saratoga Falcons are some ruling birds. When they throw passes to Max Muhlenberg. The senior receiver is hard to contain. Making big time plays, definitely part of his game. He had 9 catches for 215 receiving yards. Turning safeties into mincemeat. Scoring 4 touchdowns against Gunderson. Guarding Max on the field, that's cumbersome. This next quarterback's named Cannon Dote. And it's no mystery, he's got a cannon, bro. Holding defenses hostage, sending ransom notes. When it comes to TDs, he's got the antidote. He threw 2 touchdowns and rushed for another. Amador Valley must be difficult to cover, as the Dons got the win to improve to 2-0 with Cannon Doe, proving he's a name that you should know. Oh yeah, Rikus Center, Cal High Sports. These are your Players of the Week.
Stanford Healthcare brings us great information on sports-related injuries every week.
Here's the 49ers head team physician, Dr. Tim McAdams, with this week's tip.
There are 2 main types of ankle sprains, low and high. Let's look at the difference. Low ankle sprains are the typical basketball inversion sprains that injure the front and the outside of the ankle, leading to injury of the anterior talofibular and calcaneofibular ligaments. Although it may get quite swollen, they have excellent healing potential, and with rest, ice, and bracing, most athletes are able to get back to play within a few days to weeks, depending on the severity of ligament injury. High ankle sprains are a different animal and caused by an eversion or external rotation force that affects the ligaments connecting the 2 bones between the leg, the tibia, and the fibula. If you experience an ankle sprain, make sure you have it evaluated by your athletic trainer, because treatment plans and return to play can be quite different depending on whether it is a low or a high ankle sprain.
Coming up, 2 of the Bay Area's best teams as De La Salle hosts St. Francis.
And to the pool as St. Pat's meets Doherty Valley next.
Hey, Dad.
हेलो बेटे, कैसी हैं आप?
I'm good. How are you?
Good, so good to see you. It's late. Where are you?
I'm at work.
Oh gosh, so late?
I know, but guess what?
What?
I've saved enough to come visit you.
Oh, that's such a great news.
At US Bank, we believe that hard work works. And for everyone working toward a goal, we're here to help.
The biggest summer sale ever is here at South County Hyundai of Gilroy, where all of Northern Cali shops. Over 400 cars and SUVs to save on. Get $7,000 off all new Hyundai Elantras in stock. Here's the real deal. The award-winning Sonatas starting at $16,888. 2019 Hyundai Kona Automatic, only $15,888. All 2019 Ioniq Electric in stock. $6,000 off MSRP. More green with less green. What? South County Hyundai of Gilroy.
'49ers Cal High Sports Report is brought to you by these fine companies who care about high school sports. By Tri-Counties Bank, service with solutions. 12 locations now open in the Bay Area. By DGDG.com, where we want you to be a happy car buyer. And by Diablo Motors. Life's too short to drive a crummy car.
We are back at Levi Stadium with two of the very best teams in the Bay Area. De La Salle great again this season. The Spartans have not lost to a Bay Area school in a really long time.
The Spartans facing St. Francis. The Lancers coming off a West Catholic League regular season title. It's a big game, so it's our first Diablo Motors Monster game, and our Chiara Biagini was there.
Monster game, yeah.
We have a very exciting matchup here at De La Salle as the mighty Spartans put their 28-year NorCal winning streak to the test against the Lancers. The Spartans are coming off a big Week 2 win against Central Catholic. Junior quarterback Dorian Hale led the offense with 230 yards passing and 2 touchdowns. The Lancers graduated 33 players from last year's roster, but returned senior quarterback Ryan Daly, who racked up 15 touchdowns last season. Two powerful teams facing off. It's St. Francis and De La Salle in our Diablo Motors Monster Game.
Check out how the Spartans start this one. On the first snap of the game, QB Dorian Hale drops back and goes long. Grant Daly makes the catch and takes it home. 54 yards to put De La on the board. The Lancers looking to retaliate, but Spartans defensive back James Kobe sniffs out the screen. Lancers stall on the drive. Less than a minute to go in the first quarter. Hale hands it to Shamar Garrett, who busts up the middle. It's 14-zip Spartans. Lancers on the move. Ryan Daly gives it to Camilo Arquette. The sophomore running back puts up the stiff arm, and that's a nice hard-earned first down. 4 minutes in the second quarter, De La Salle at midfield. Dorian Hale sends a bullet to Daly. Nice catch there by the senior. He brings it inside the 20, and the Spartans finish the drive with a touchdown. 5 to go in the first half. Hale sets up the screen to Zeke Berry. He cuts through defenders and runs it in. De La Salle takes a 28-point lead. Back from the half, it's more Spartans offense. Hale connects with Vince Bianchina. Look at Vince break a tackle. He stays on his feet and dives into the end zone. It's 35-0 Spartans. That big lead allows De La's second string to come in. Sam Odell escapes the pocket and throws a strike to Nico Torres. He races it in. De La Salle with a big shutout win as they prepare to face Folsom next week.
We all played great all around. I mean, first string, second string, third string, they all had it together. And we're just having the same approach with every team. You can't have a lesser approach because the team might not be as good. Just keep the same approach to every team.
In Concord with our Monster Game, I'm Chiara Biagini, 49ers Cal High Sports Report.
The Daugherty Valley girls getting ready to take on St. Patrick St. Vincent. First quarter, Graciela Massey tosses inside to Whitney Lamb, and Whitney was about to have a big game as she powers it past the goalie. Here's Massey again from the outside, this time tossing it over the keeper. 2-0 Wildcats. The Bruins looking to come back here as senior captain Kayla Ruiz walking it in and firing it home. Second half action now, and once again it's Massey to Lamb, and Whitney fires from way out to extend the Wildcats' lead. Daugherty Valley having a big game. Here's Lamb again from long distance, dialing it in, and the Wildcats were on their way to a victory in this game. One more time for Daugherty Valley. Massey on the break and pushing it in. as Doherty Valley wins it 10-2. Big games for Lamb and Massey, and 2 goals for Advika Svinivas. Each week, 49ers Prep, South County Chrysler, and U.S. Bank bring us the Coach of the Week award.
Here's the 49ers two-time Pro Bowl fullback Kyle Juszczyk with this week's announcement.
Hi, I'm 49ers fullback Kyle Juszczyk, here to announce this week's 49ers Prep Charlie Wiedemeyer Memorial Coach of the Week, presented by U.S. Bank. This week's award goes to San Leandro High School head coach Brad Bowers. The San Leandro Pirates were able to defeat the Freedom Falcons on Friday night to a score of 18-13. As part of this award, San Leandro High School will receive a $1,000 grant from the 49ers Foundation. Coach Bowers will also be invited to a 49ers practice at the SAP Performance Facility, where he will be presented his award by our head coach, Kyle Shanahan, and will be recognized on the field before one of our home games later in the season. Congratulations to head coach Brad Bowers, this week's Charlie Wiedemeyer Memorial Coach of the Week.
Albany's Construction brings us the Dirty Work play each week. This is a play exemplifying the kind of great work at Albany's Construction. Doing the dirty work this week is Steven Talaina, bull rushing his way into the backfield and getting the sack. Carl Mont's Steven Talaina getting it done just like Albany's Construction.
That's right. Coming up to San Jose for Mount Pleasant and Willow Glen.
But first, take a look at our Cupertino Electric girls volleyball power rankings.
I was in pain all the time. It was a very horrible time in my life.
When it matters most, patients turn to Stanford Healthcare. Torinia's specialists were driven by compassion to relieve her from pain. Innovation from research gave them new tools using robotics to correct her spinal injuries. The results speak for themselves.
After surgery, I would say I'm back to pre-normal, like everyday life. I don't have words for it, really. It's amazing.
Discover more at stanfordhealthcarenow.org.
I'm Greg Meyer, owner of Diablo Motors Auto Sales. Our service department employs the best luxury car technicians anywhere. Our honest, hardworking staff can handle all your maintenance and repair needs. We are experts in all luxury car repairs, so you can be confident we'll get the job done right. We handle everything from regular maintenance items like oil changes and brake jobs to bigger jobs like engine and transmission replacement. Why pay more at a dealership when our expert staff will do a top quality job at a fraction of the price? Come see us in San Ramon for all your service needs. Diablo Motors, the nice, honest, non-dealerish car store.
For more than 65 years, Cupertino Electric has been delivering power and possibilities. With offices throughout California and project sites throughout the U.S., Cupertino Electric today builds renewable, commercial, utility, and data center projects for some of the most influential companies in the world. Beyond that, we are a people company. We build family, communities, and meaningful careers. Visit CEI.com today or connect with us on LinkedIn, Facebook, or other social sites to see our openings and join our team.
We are the Amador Valley Dons!
And you are watching 49ers Cal High Sports!
Let's go!
We are back at Levi Stadium as the Willow Glen Rams try and go to 2-0 on the season after an impressive opening night win.
Mount Pleasant suffered a hard-fought loss in Week 1. The Fighting Cardinals looking for their first win of the season at Willow Glen this week.
Some Thursday night action as Willow Glen takes on Mount Pleasant, and early in this one, Gabe Negrete could do no wrong. He corrals the low snap, finds a wide open Michael Malvini in the back of the end zone. Rams strike first in this one. The Rams would also strike second. Jake Medina takes the handoff, goes off tackle, zigzags his way through the defenders, walks into the end zone. The senior is feeling it. The Rams aren't done yet. Pua Reed wants in on the action. Wide open lane. He'll stroll in untouched. It's 20-0 at the half. The Rams in control. And the Rams stay in the driver's seat in the second. Off the jet sweep comes Gabe Negrete. He was playing QB earlier, now wide receiver. Doesn't matter. He's in for his second touchdown of the game. 3 different players score rushing touchdowns in this one. You've met the other 2. Here's number 3. Ryan Davis takes this right up the gut, and it's 42-0. Mount Pleasant not going down without a fight. Raphael Heppel tries to find something outside, cuts back, keeps cutting back. He's got some open field, finally brought down. Mount Pleasant would go on to score. The Rams, though, improved to 2-0 on the season with the 42-14 win. Negrete with a big game.
We head to Amador Valley where the Dons host the San Ramon Valley Wolves in an East Bay League matchup. First set was tight. The Dons take the lead as Camille Ernst bumps to Danielle Kakama, who gives it back to Ernst, and that one lands on the baseline, but SRV comes back. It's Emma Engstrom to Lauren Tam to Caitlin McKean in the corner for the kill. The Dons battled back to take the first set with this sequence. Kakamo to Colette Wogsland to Ernst, who finds the hardwood, but the Wolves answer back in the second set. Sam Barry bumps it to Tam, who sets up Archer, who tools it off the block, and we head to the third set tied up. SRV grabs an early lead and keeps it. Watch Angstrom dive for the dig, and Sarah Kent tips it over the net. The Wolves take the third set by 11 points. Amador Valley putting up a fight. Kakamo to Elizabeth Kostelnick to Wogsland, who buries this one for a 7-point lead. But the Wolves focus up and finish. Sarah Kent bumps, Tam sets, and Archer slams it down for the kill. San Ramon Valley comes back to win 3-1 to advance to 2-2 in league play. Archer with 16 kills. Each week, U.S. Bank brings us stories of inspirational athletes who amaze us every week.
Wesley Boone joins us now with the story of an outstanding football player from the California School for the Deaf.
Thanks, Robert. I got the chance to sit down with one of the most talented players in the Bay Area who has big dreams on the gridiron and who's determined to represent his community off of it. It's a familiar sight in late August. High school football fields across the country are littered with teams starting their fall camps. At this particular field in Fremont, one of the area's top players prepares for his senior season. His name is Kalel Aramboles, and he attends the California School for the Deaf.
He's the first to show up, he's the last to leave, he lifts himself, he has self-discipline. We don't need to tell him to do as much as some of the other players. It's a hard-working culture here, and we've always seen that with him.
You may be able to credit Aramboles' self-discipline to his family's military background. Growing up on military bases across the country, Aramboles' journey finally brought him to CSD, and he couldn't be more grateful.
They have my resources here, anything I need. Even before 8th grade, I didn't have any of those resources. There were some tools that were okay. Here, they have it all.
When Aramboles' parents were assigned to a new base, the talk of moving, something he'd been doing his whole life, came back up. Aramboles, though, had finally found his home.
Being an Army family, we gotta move around. But I was like, nah, I want to stay here at CSD because I have that communication here and I want to take advantage of the 4 years and having that opportunity with the deaf world.
For his head coach, that family environment is something his staff makes a concentrated effort to create.
It's good to know that players really cherish and care and want to stay here, and they take advantage of their time and those opportunities to be taught, learning lifelong lessons and becoming productive members of society.
On the football field, Aramboles has been dominant. In an injury-shortened 8-game season, Aramboles rushed for close to 1,300 yards and 18 touchdowns. He has his eyes set on even more for his senior season.
Getting the NCS championship, Division League championship, state championship as well.
While Aramboles hopes to continue dominating the NCS, he has dreams of playing professionally one day. His head coach thinks it's possible.
It's something that we want to see happen. He's someone that can do it. It's not, hey, I hope or maybe. He's a next level player for sure. So we want to back him and push him and see him representing the deaf community moving forward. We're super excited to see what his future is going to look like. It's a very bright future.
With the support of the deaf community behind him, Aramboles is ready to make the most of his senior season. Now, Kalel has a strong chance of achieving those goals, too. He's being recruited by schools like Nevada, Cal, San Jose State. A strong senior season, and he'll find himself right on his way to achieving his long-term goal of playing professionally.
Yeah, wouldn't that be amazing?
It really would be.
Terrific guy. All right, thanks, Wesley. Wellstrong has teamed up with the 49ers with physical therapy and sports rehabilitation centers throughout the Bay Area.
Each week, Wellstrong brings us concussion prevention tips from their team of outstanding doctors. Here's Anthony Saglambeni with this week's tip.
If you witness an injury that could result in concussion, immediately remove the player from practice or competition and assess for symptoms. Ask the athlete about orientation and symptoms of concussion such as headache, dizziness, nausea, or balance issues. Find a medical professional and have a sideline assessment performed. Do not return to activity the same day and make sure that an experienced provider has ruled out concussion.
Coming up, our South County Chrysler Game of the Week as Serra meets Menlo Atherton at Levi Stadium.
And later, the season with Valley Christian football continues as the Warriors take on Pleasant Valley.
Tri-Counties Bank presents a unique brand of service with solutions, a welcoming and listening style of banking with solutions that help improve your financial well-being. With easy access to over 32,000 surcharge-free ATMs, advanced mobile banking, banker support by phone 7 days a week, and an extensive community-based branch network, you're never far from a friendly face. It's easy to switch to better banking. Tri-Counties Bank, service with solutions.
Same squad. Drop top, coupe, Dodge raindrops. Big back plays on FaceTime. Squad ain't with me, then it ain't right. I came up, who I was down with. You change up, stay far from around me. I came up, who I was down with. You change up, stay far from around me. Same squad. Drop top, coupe, Dodge raindrops. Squad ain't with me, then it ain't right.
Why choose Invisalign over other aligners?
Are they comfortable and safe to wear?
I asked our doctor for a better alternative to braces, and he said,
only Invisalign aligners are made with Smart Track technology. Based on years of research, it moves teeth more comfortably and predictably than ordinary aligners. And in many cases, it works faster than braces. So I can develop a custom treatment plan that'll work for each of these smiles. That's why Invisalign aligners have transformed millions of smiles.
Invisalign, transforming smiles, changing lives.
49ers Cal High Sports Report is brought to you by these fine companies who care about high school sports. By South County Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, Ram, Hyundai. Drive a little, save a lot. By the Rikes Center, where goals and dreams become a reality. And by Stanford Healthcare. We are back at the NBC Sports Studio with the high school football series at Levi Stadium put on by the 49ers and 49ers Prep. It's Menlo Atherton and Serra.
Yeah, two of the Bay Area's very best teams playing in the late game. Menlo Atherton features Troy Franklin, one of the top wide receivers in the nation. The Bears taking on the Padres, who are coming off an impressive Week 1 win. It's the South County Chrysler Game of the Week.
The Serra Padres are ready to rock and roll in Levi Stadium for their matchup against Menlo Atherton. After just a Serra field goal in the first quarter, we're in the second. Dalen McLemore sends this one deep to Nate Sanchez, perfectly in stride, first down Padres. A couple plays later, fourth down, McLemore finds Sanchez in the end zone for a TD. Serra up 9-0 with 7 minutes remaining in the second. MA looking to retaliate, a high snap comes in, Bears manage to recover it, but here comes Nusi Milani. He jars the ball loose and manages to get the fumble recovery. What a heads-up play by Nusi. Padres looking to cash in on the turnover. Dalen takes a snap. Chavez yet again barreling downhill for 6. Serra up 16-0. The Bears trying to make something happen. Matt McLeod drops a dime to Jalen Moss in stride in the end zone. MA trails by 2 scores with 4 minutes remaining in the half. The Serra offense driving again. They heave one deep up the middle, but watch out, Justin Anderson comes up with the amazing interception. But the Serra offense quickly back on the field. McLemore climbs the pocket and spots Chavez wide open in the middle of the field. Serra goes up 24-6 in halftime. You can probably guess what happens here. Dalen takes the snap, and you guessed it, Chavez in the end zone. That guy couldn't be stopped. Padres up 31-6. Serra decides that they're about ready to close this thing out. Bears take the snap, but Dominic Lampkin comes flying in, sacks the quarterback, and that will do it, folks. Serra goes on to defeat Menlo Atherton 38-13, and here's our Sandeep Chandok with the Padres.
Under the bright lights in Levi Stadium, Serra dominates Menlo Atherton 38-13. Hey, Padres, how does that win feel? Okay, Nate Sanchez, 100 yards tonight, 5 touchdowns. You're a game MVP. Go and grab that shirt and show him who got it. All right, a big-time performance here tonight in Levi Stadium. How does it feel to have that type of game in an NFL arena?
That feels amazing. It feels like as a team we all did great, and it was a team effort. You know, we sacrificed playing at home, and the coaches talked about it. And I mean, one of the lifetime spirits right here. So I mean, we experienced it, we had fun, and look what outcome come. We loved it.
All right, next up we got William Maurer. William, you had an interception tonight. Also made a big play on the fourth down stop down by the end zone. Which play do you think was more crucial to the win tonight?
I would probably have to say the interception. They had some motivation, some momentum coming, and put the ball in the offense hand number 2 over here. deadly offense in Terre Seville. Terre Seville had a great game. Nate Sanchez had 5 touchdowns, and just wanted to have offense have the ball all game.
All right, last up we got Dalen. Dalen, you guys started the first drive with a field goal. After that, it was only touchdown. So what changed as the game went on?
Oh, we kind of settled in, calmed down a little bit, and stuck to our game plan.
And they did stick to their game plan. Again, a big win tonight, 38-13. Serra, how does that win feel? Take us away.
Hey, family on 3, 1, 2, 3. Family!
The Presentation Panthers fired up for their contest against Sobrato. The Panthers up early as Caroline Frieda fires from a tough angle and scores 1-0 Prez, but Sobrato strikes back quickly. Sabrina Bonsack inside to Aziza Calvert, who battles 2 defenders and scores. Nice ball movement here by the Panthers as Hannah Delaney goes up to Sophia Harvey inside to Carly Whitaker, who fires into the upper corner. More Prez as the senior Morgan Curley with a long pass to Whitaker, who is open in front, and she's not going to miss from there. 4-1 Prez at that point, but Soprato hanging tough. A long shot here from Bonsack off the crossbar and spinning into the goal, but Prez takes off from there. Nicole Inouye to Harvey, who's also a terrific lacrosse player. Sophia fires it home, 5-2 Panthers. Now Whitaker inside to Harvey, who battles the defender, spins and fires a terrific shot there as Presentation goes on to win it 18-5. Whitaker and Harvey the leading scorers for the Panthers. Lexus of Stevens Creek presents the Volunteer Award, part of the Lexus of Stevens Creek commitment to promoting volunteerism.
This week's Lexus of Stevens Creek Volunteer Award goes to Tatum Korb from the Midi Girls Volleyball team. Tatum went on an immersion trip this past summer to South Africa, where she volunteered at local schools and orphanages. Tatum helped give out school supplies and living necessities to children in need, and she even helped transform a house into a children's church. Tatum shares why this volunteer work is so rewarding.
Working with the kids, it puts so much perspective of how lucky that the life I'm living at is really fortunate. And so being able to work with these kids, it shows how grateful they are for just a simple little object. And so it's really rewarding to see.
Coming up, the season with Valley Christian football, our behind-the-scenes look at the Warriors is next.
And later, it's freedom battling California as 49ers Cal-Hide Sports Report continues.
Back at Levi's Stadium as we continue our season-long series with the Valley Christian football program.
As the Warriors gear up for Game 2 against Pleasant Valley, we meet some of the Warrior faithful and how they run game day on the hill. The season with Valley Christian football is brought to you by Mike LaBarbera of Terre Commercial Real Estate. It's game day on the hill. The Warriors are set to face the Pleasant Valley Vikings of Chico for Game 2. All week long, this Warrior team has been busy preparing for success on the field, but there's just as much preparation to be done off the field, jobs for the Warrior faithful.
I'm Ryan Riolini, Athletic Director.
On game days, Ryan Riolini is the go-to guy.
I want to kick at 7. That's our goal.
He can be found roaming throughout the stadium, setting up, solving problems.
Nobody likes a late kick.
Anything that has to do with enhancing the Valley Christian football experience.
And most importantly, that we're ready to welcome our guests on campus. And then we're also ready to welcome our Valley Christian community and that casual football fan that just wants to come up to the hill and check out Valley Christian football.
John Diotti. On game days, I'm in charge of the football setup, tear down, and I cook the tri-tip.
Welcome to Cafe Valet, known for the best tri-tip in the section.
Tonight we're cooking 300 pounds of tri-tip.
Nearly 600 sandwiches.
And we'll sell out probably by halftime of the varsity game.
Welcome to Valley Christian High School.
Up next, we head to the press box.
I'm Todd Baldwin, and I'm the voice of the Warriors.
Todd Baldwin has called nearly every JV and varsity football game for the past 12 years.
It's a lot of fun being up here at the press box, announcing their names for years and being able to see them kind of move up through freshman, JV, varsity, and then announcing their name on senior night is pretty cool.
Ball spotted the 45-yard line, 1st and 10, Pleasant Valley.
I'm Carrie Snodgrass, and I've been the team videographer for 20 years.
Carrie has been perched on top of the press box for 2 decades. Her husband Mike has been on the coaching staff since 1997.
To your right. Man over to the left. We got married on the football field because it's kind of like the Valley Christian football program brought us even closer together. I feel like these kids are kind of like our kids. It makes it hard for me to leave.
Members of this community flood back year after year to give back to the school they love.
Really a blessing to be able to be here and know that everybody around you is here for the same purpose. There's just so many awesome relationships that have been built over time that Friday nights at Skyway, that's where they go.
Guys, I don't want any question marks in this locker room. Keep focused together and make sure that you guys are in this to the end. We're too good for doubt. We need to have a game that we will live on and live off of for the rest of our season right here, right now. All right, everybody up, let's get out there and play. Let's go,
let's go. Hey, let's turn it up. Let's go, let's go. Let's go, let's go, let's turn it up.
Deep middle, breaking on 5. Let's go, boys, let's go, have fun.
Very first snap of the game for the offense, Isaiah McElvain gets the handoff, and he's been waiting all week for that one. Already Isaiah's 3rd TD of the season. The Valley defense starting off strong, forcing a 3 and out.
I see you, JT, let's go.
The O-line dominating as well. Nice blocks from JT Reed and friends paved the way for Chase Laubach, and Laubach scores on the next play, Valley up 13-0. Still Pleasant Valley without a first down. Moon Ashby bats the pass, and Anthony Madrigal comes up with the deflection. That is a pick 6.
Hey, DBU.
Valley up 20-0. Suns down, now guns out for Corey Taylor, dropping a dime to Sam Roush, reaching up, and he comes down with it. Roush is just short. Michael Carini finishes the drive with Valley's 4th touchdown of the night.
We got all the momentum. Hey, let's go, bring it up, boys!
PV looking to score before the half. Will Cuddy, the sophomore, making the most of his minutes. Valley's defense giving up just 24 yards in the first half.
What we cannot do is allow the momentum to get away. At the end of the day, we want to finish. We want to finish. Let's finish.
Play like we're down the rest of the game. Keep your foot on their necks and keep going.
Valley returns from the half up 27-0. That's when Taylor goes off. Throwing on the go to Jorian Dickey, the freshman. Taylor dropping back again, and guess what? That freshman Dickey picks up his first high school touchdown.
Step hard on that left foot and then release off of that first down.
Jackson Stewart gets his first catch of his senior year after recovering from the back injury. Valley ends the drive with a Lucas Ramirez field goal, and Valley wins it by a final score of 37-0.
As a team, we did really well. We had to come out play physical, so we were playing for the whole week against the defending state champs. So I think we did good as a team, rallying to the ball and staying physical the whole game.
Yeah, we've been talking about it all week. We got a lot of teams that have been, grinding away. I think tonight we really established, we're going to pound you away every single drive, and we're going to keep scoring every single time.
We were a consistent football team, up front, on both sides of the ball, and that's great. This is a team win because of a team effort. And that's always a good thing. Everybody down on our knee, let's go.
That's missing right
Whoa.
This guy's slow. What side
That's
are you
so
on?
much
power.
I'm on this side.
Guys.
Hey.
I'm the cutest here.
Hey. No!
The Warriors now 2-0 on the season and travel to Fresno next week to meet Clovis West.
Very good. Be sure to follow us on social media at 49ers Cal High on Twitter and on Instagram. This season we'll have scores from every Bay Area football game on our Instagram feed by 11 o'clock every Friday night. Please give us a thumbs up on our Facebook page.
And subscribe to our YouTube page. That's where you can find and share all of the highlights and features you see on the show every week.
Coming up, the Diablo Motors NCS Monster Game as Freedom meets California.
And Sacred Heart Cathedral takes the court against University next.
Visit us at vcs.net.
I'm gonna be a ballerina.
Good, better, Emma. Answer to new.
I'm gonna be president.
And the winner for president is Emma Williamson.
I'm gonna start a juice bar.
Emma, the numbers are looking really good. You're gonna start a juice bar.
At U.S. Bank, we believe hard work works. And for everyone working toward a goal, we're here to help.
The biggest summer sale ever is here at South County Hyundai of Gilroy, where all of Northern Cali shops. Over 400 cars and SUVs to save on. Get $7,000 off all new Hyundai Elantras in stock. Here's the real deal. The award-winning Sonatas starting at $16,888. 2019 Hyundai Kona Automatic, only $15,888. All 2019 Ioniq Electric in stock, $6,000 off MSRP. More green with less green. What? South County Hyundai of Gilroy.
When I first came here, my goal was to be a contributing player on my high school's JV football team. The center actually not only helped me achieve my goals, but exceed even what I initially set out to do. I was able to continue playing football professionally through a lot of the things that I learned at the Rega Center. The Rega Center is a place to help you achieve your goals and then, tailor it to whatever the person's goals might be.
Back at Levi's Stadium with the California Grizzlies off to a great start this season with 2 impressive wins to start the year.
Cal taking on a Freedom team that lost a hard-fought battle with San Leandro last week. Still, Matt Casado was very impressive catching the ball for the Falcons. Cal and Freedom in San Ramon Friday night for our NCS Diablo Motors Monster Game, and our Allie Williams was there.
Monster Game, yeah.
We are at California High School where the Grizzlies are about to take on the Freedom Falcons in a rematch of last year's NCS Division I semifinal. The Falcons are looking for their first win of the season, and quarterback Jake Byrne will lead the charge. Byrne had 295 yards and 2 touchdowns last week, and he's wanting a big game tonight. Meanwhile, Giovanni Phillips and the Grizzlies want to build on their exciting win last week and make it a 3-0 start to the season. Phillips rushed for a touchdown last week and has had a nice start to his year. It's the Falcons and the Grizzlies, and it's this week's NCS Diablo Motors Monster Game.
First home game for the Grizzlies, and they waste no time in getting started. First minute of the game, and Hassani Savage breaks through, and no one's touching him on this one. To the house, Cal would score a field goal and 2 more touchdowns after this to go up 23-0 after 1. Second quarter, after that third Cal touchdown, Freedom jumped into action on the kickoff. Roy Lee Jr. scoops it up, and he will fly down the sideline. And yes, he will go all the way. He'll take it in, and the Falcons will get on the board. The Grizzlies would hold their lead, though, until halfway through the third. Quarterback Jake Byrne with the keeper dives in, and Freedom has its first lead of the game, 34-30 Falcons. But Cal wasn't done. Teddy Boris finds an opening and hits Tyler Jarvis in the end zone. He'll wrestle with it and hang on. The Grizzlies back on top and score once more before extending their lead in this big way. Giovanni Phillips darts through and away he goes. A 94-yard run, and the Grizzlies are pumped, running down the sideline with him. The Falcons will score once more, but the Grizzlies will go on to win 44-40. We asked Giovanni Phillips about the Grizzlies keeping their focus throughout the intense game.
I know we just had to keep grinding, stuck to our fundamentals, and if we just kept playing hard-nosed football, then we would win. That last play on defense, that was great. Our defense did a good job. We ran the ball hard. We made good, important passes. I think that was really key to our game.
In San Ramon, I'm Allie Williams, 49ers Cal High Sports Report.
San Francisco volleyball now between University and Sacred Heart Cathedral. It was back and forth all throughout the first. Eloise Burtis back set to Elise Aji to tie it at 7-all. Later with the game tied at 13, Alden Stanley to Skylar Kennedy to give Sacred Heart the 1-point lead with a big-time rip there. Potential set point for Sacred Heart, but Bella Forsyth holds the Irish off and slams it down, and we're tied at 26-all. Sophie Seljaseth regained the lead for the Irish with this one. Sacred Heart would score once more to take the first 28-26. To the second now, it was close again at the beginning as Elise Adji sets for Bella Forsyth. Sacred Heart taking control, though. Alden Stanley setting up Megan Lynn, 10-5, Fighting Irish. And later again it's Stanley, this time to Nora Thompson. Sacred Heart Cathedral goes on to win Game 2 25-19 when number 3 slams it down. In the third, the Red Devils battling early with a kill from Clara Chung, but the Irish would prevail again. It's Megan Lynn finding an opening and tapping it in for the final point of the match. 25-15 in the third as Sacred Heart takes this one in 3 straight. Lynn leading the way with 16 kills.
Each week, the Harker School celebrates its pursuit of academic excellence with the Scholar Athlete Award. This week, we honor Brenna Dugan from the Clayton Valley volleyball team. Brenna with an outstanding 4.0 GPA.
Very impressive, brought to you by the Harker School. This week, Harker congratulates 3 women celebrated by the Davidson Institute. Natasha Manyar, class of 2019, and senior Cynthia Chen were named Davidson Fellow Laureates for their projects in technology and science. Ruhi Sayana, class of 2019, earned honorable mention from the Institute for her project in the science category. At Harker, preschool through 12th grade students discover their passions. Learn more at harker.org. Coming up, Skyline goes across the bay to meet Sequoia.
But first, take a look at our Cupertino Electric Top 10 Power Rankings for football. '49ers Cal High Sports Report is brought to you by these fine companies who care about high school sports. By Cupertino Electric, the company delivering power and possibilities and celebrating student athletes making a positive impact. By Invisalign, winning smiles start here. Learn more at Invisalign.com. And by the Sereno Group, here for good.
Hi, I'm Lucy Wiedemeyer, longtime broker with Sereno Group. And my husband, Charlie Wiedemeyer, and I are longtime supporters of high school sports.
Hi, I'm Kathleen Pazine with Sereno Group Real Estate, representing Palo Alto and the surrounding communities. I'm proud to support Bay Area high school sports on the 49er Cal High Sports Report.
We head to the peninsula now where the Sequoia Ravens are coming off an impressive Week 1 win. Rob Paulus and his team looking to make it 2 in a row, taking on Skyline Friday night.
The Titans from the Oakland Athletic League also coming off an opening week win. The Titans, a confident bunch, heading into Redwood City to meet the Ravens Friday night.
The Sequoia Ravens hosting Skyline in a wacky game on Friday night. First half, not a lot of scoring. A nice run here by Jalen Wilder King, part of a 10-minute drive that led to no score. Here's the only score of the first half as the ball is snapped over the punter's head for a safety. That's 2 points for Skyline. The Sequoia D doing a great job. Here's Brandon Stone with one of his 2 sacks in the game. But on the other side, Sione Mahi was one better with one of his 3 sacks here in the third. Still 2-0 when the Ravens get on the board. Kyle Parker back to throw, and he finds Steven Stone, who makes the catch and barrels into the end zone. Sequoia leads it 6-2. Skyline answers back in the fourth, handed to Cyrus Winters, who finds a big hole, and he races through it, and Cyrus is gone 70 yards and a huge score for Skyline. The kicker is roughed on the extra point. Add on another personal foul, and the Titans get a kickoff on the Ravens 30. They go for the onside kick, and racing in to make the recovery is Hezekiah Pemberton, and just like that, the Titans are on the doorstep again. Ricardo Verdor sneaks it in from there, and Skyline leads at 16-6. Sequoia fighting back, Kyle Parker rolling left and firing down the sideline to Damari Ward, who breaks free and scores, but not enough as Skyline holds on to win at 16-12. The Titans now 2-0 to start the season.
The Los Altos Eagles' tough preseason continues as they face Westmont Tuesday. Katie Kishin sets it from backcourt to Claire Kwok, who comes flying in for the kill, and Los Altos takes set 1 25-19. Set 2 tied at 8. Isabel Alduino with a nice dig, and Sydney Fan Bump sets it to Athena Kazos, and you can count it. The Warriors' Jordan Flowers just denies this Eagles shot, and she was stoked for that one, but Los Altos taking over. Naomi Cremu has just a nasty serve. The Eagles 1 point away from taking the set. It is 25-24. Flowers blocks the Eagles' shot, and the Warriors win a hard-fought set to 28-26. Tied at a set apiece, Christian sets it across court to Kwok, and Kwok finishes with a team-high 12 kills. Los Altos takes set 2. Megan Corley with a nice dig, and Christian sets it up for Cremu for the back row kill. And the Eagles take the set by 11. But we're going to go the distance in this one. Set point for the Warriors in the fourth. Hannah Tobias sets it up for Hannah Kim. Tied at 2 sets apiece. On to set 5. Alice Cutsey to Christian to Sydney Anthoven, and Los Altos proves victorious. The Eagles take set 5, 15-8, and improve to 3-3 on the season.
The Burlingame girls volleyball team is looking good early this season.
The Panthers meeting our Wesley Boone at the Rikus Center this week.
The Rikus Center in Menlo Park is the premier training facility on the peninsula, where goals are achieved. Alrighty, we're outside of the Rikus Center with Burlingame girls volleyball. Give it up, come on! That was enthusiastic. All right, Emmy, so you guys started off your season with a big victory against Sequoia. Kind of tell me how big that is for you guys moving forward.
Yeah, I think that was really important for us because we have high expectations for this season, and I know everyone's really excited to win, so I think it was good that we started off with a good 3-game win.
You guys took control of that game early, kind of ran away with it, so that's pretty impressive stuff. Ashley over here, so what are some expectations for this team kind of moving forward through the rest of the season?
I think we really want good team chemistry, and we'd like to make it to CCS. I think that's our main goal.
All right, and lastly, Naha, what are some traditions this team has? I know you guys have some deep-rooted traditions.
We do. So one of our traditions is we all eat high chews before a game, and when we're in our huddle at the start of the game, we all touch toes. So.
All right, that's it from the Rikus Center. Take it away, Burlingame girls volleyball.
DGDG.com presents the Be Happy Play each week. This was a play in a game this week that made everybody happy. This week's Be Happy Play goes to the Westmont Warriors. Jordan Flowers very happy after this point. Westmont just a super happy team altogether. Go to DGDG.com to find out how you can be a happy car buyer.
Coming up, it's the Service by Medallion Play of the Week. Some great plays this week. We'll see who gets it next.
But first, here's this week's training tip by our good friends at the Rikus Center.
Hi, I'm Coach Davon, and today's exercise is a hip mobility stretch. Great exercise to stretch out your hamstring, hip flexors, as well as your back. So Josh here is going to start by reaching down to the ground to stretch his hamstrings, squat down, take one hand and reach up, preceded by the other hand. Then going to take both hands, reach up, stand back up, and that is the hip mobility stretch.
The winner of the Service by Medallion Play of the Week gets a hat, a very cool pair of headphones, and a ticket to the end of the season awards banquet right here at Levi's Stadium.
Our Wesley Boone counts down the contenders, and then he will announce this week's Play of the Week.
It's Boone time.
Play of the Week.
It's not a Play of the Week list without some water polo. Sophia Harvey hustling to the loose ball and then zipping it to the back of the net, out of the pool now and onto the gridiron. Vince Bianchina catches this in the flat, and he makes one man miss, then drops the hand. Nasty, keeps his feet, finds pay dirt. How are we topping that? Now, I don't want to oversell it, folks, but this is quite possibly the most impressive thing I've ever seen on a football field, and it comes courtesy of Justin Anderson. What the good name of physics is this? Let's take a closer look. Anderson tips it to himself, never breaks concentration. We'll see you at the banquet, young man. Wow.
That's the Play of the Week, and that's our 49ers Cal High Sports Report for this week. Thanks for watching. I'm Robert Braunstein.
And I'm Aubrey Tolliver. Join us next week. We meet a Skyline football player overcoming depression. We'll see you then.